morning, everyone, and well, today we have a little hiccup with Army Piper's internet, so we'll be doing it old style, guys. So just bear with me, and whenever we start switching views, you just remember to click on top of me when you're seeing me, and then you see the two screens, and then you need to go over Army Piper's screen. So it's gonna be a little dynamic here. Bear with us. It's just for this class, and also I see you guys asking about the upload. So remember that we don't have a scheduled uploads. So I usually go over the interesting classes, I edit them, and then upload it to my channel. But don't worry, we're working on it, and we're gonna be having soon a dedicated classroom for all class recordings. And we only need to set up with a team how regularly we're gonna be uploading the classes. So let's welcome Army Piper here. And remember, now click on my screen, you'll see Army Piper. We'll see him speaking right away. What's up, Piper?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm operating on degraded internet over here using a hotspot, but we are bringing you guys this content. Let's go. Let's get into it here, man.
Absolutely. So today we are supposed to be doing some Q&A, guys. So let's get started with the chart. Let's do a quick analysis on what maybe Bitcoin is happening. And also, guys, remember that let me know right here to my left if you want me to tackle any specific asset. Remember, it can do anything around the corner. Could be gold, could be silver, could be crypto, could be stocks, could be anything, Forex. So just let me know what you're looking at, and I'll start with that. And let's get started with the Q&A as we go over the analysis. Lunacy. Well, we can do that if you guys feel like it. Just for fun, let's take a look at that one. Let's see if TradingView does has it. So, guys, remember, if you're not seeing my charts right now, you should be seeing TradingView at 70%. Now, we're not getting promoted. We're not related to you that way. We're only showing you guys what you should now be looking at. Let me go to the charts in here. And the first thing that we're going to be doing is taking out our asset here. So let's go over, what is it, Luna C? Or here we go, XAUSDT. I think that will be a little bit better fit. Thomas, would you mind that if we take a look at gold and then we go over Luna? Since Luna might be a little bit more advanced because it is now kind of like a meme thing. Sure. Excellent. So let's do XAUSD. Here we go. Here I have it. I'm going to click on top of here. Reggie, what is up, brother? Welcome. Look at that. We have Reggie, the hammer here. So guys, if you're a veteran, let me send you a ton of hearts, and please let me see your thumbs up here so I can shout you out here, guys. So remember, you only need to be a veteran to be here for a couple of days. As long as you don't have the little green thing, also let me know. And then after I shout out the veterans, let me know if you're new, because I also want to see if you are here. Hey, T-Bone, what's up, brother? Welcome, Little Fish. What's up? Reggie Classic, what's up? Let me see you guys. So, Chifu, what's up? Thomas, as always, what's up, brother? So, let's take a look at what we have here. Hey, Mike, what's up? Oh, Brownie, what's up, brother? Arno, what's up? Joyful, what's up? MKH8, what's up, brother? Nabel, what's up, guys? So, I have my charts in here, and I see a big movement happening right here. So the first thing that we need to see or understand is do not FOMO. Not FOMO just yet, because this could be playing out the other way around. We first need to start making an analysis. Piper, would you like to come in here before we jump into the charts and talk maybe a little bit about the FOMO thing and what could we be seeing or doing when we see one of those candles playing out? Oh, audio is distorted. So it seems like audio is distorted. I'm gonna jump in the meantime to my charts, brother, and whenever you feel like you have your audio fixed. And guys, remember that right now
Is this better?
There you go. Yes, we got you back, brother.
Okay. I got you in my AirPods now instead of the system. So yeah, I'm happy to cut down bandwidth here to get you guys some good sound. So yeah, so guys, when you see these big photo candles like this one here cutting in, don't chase it. Just like if it was going to the downside, you don't want to catch a falling knife. You also don't want to run up and try to catch a rocket on the move because you're going to get burnt by the jets, by the propulsion system. A lot of times when you see something like this, just be patient, hold off for a second, let it do its settle down thing, see if it comes back and test some support, start looking at your charts, start doing some technical analysis, looking at your indicators, seeing, okay, it broke this. Is it going to come back and retest it? because if it does, that's where you want to get in. You don't want to chase down a trade entry that you missed. Like I said, if it's a falling knife, you're going to cut yourself. And if you're trying to catch a rocket that's taken off, you're going to get burnt by the propulsion of the rocket, and you're not going to catch it at all. You're just going to be burnt to a crisp. So always wait for a nice retest. Nothing goes up straight into a straight line forever. And it might be as simple as, look, it's hitting a resistance right up here. There's a resistance. Let me go ahead and set up for a short on the rejection and pull back and retracement of this, or let me see if this comes back and retests what used to be resistance and is now support, and get a retest entry that's a little bit better for me than trying to run up and catch this all of a sudden. So very dangerous to do that.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at that, what RB Piper mentioned. Remember, guys, today's Q&A for yesterday 101. So if you missed yesterday, don't worry, I got you. Just take a look at the class recordings here. I'm going to be pushing it right here. So class recordings, here we go. Just watch video number 1 if you want the absolute best. It is a little bit outdated on the terminology, but that's what I showed the most tips and tricks. Then take a look at video number 3. That is the updated version. And then the latest version, it is video number 6. So there you go. That is your one-on-one classes. You should already have been looking at those. If you haven't, don't worry, stick around. But because you're going to learn a ton of here. So we're going to be moving fast in here. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is, remember, the trend is what? Guys, let me know right here on the side chat, what is the trend? The trend is your what? Until the end. What is it? The trend is your friend. Let me hear you guys. Perfect. Yeah. The trend is your friend until the end. So the very first thing that we need to understand, whether we're bullish or bearish, what is the trend now? It seems very obvious at this point. It seems like maybe we are in a bullish trend. So let's take a look at what bullish. So for that, also what trend? So for that, I'm going to be turning on my Market Oracle Pro. First of all, I'm going to show you my settings. Please do not copy those settings. This is my own personal settings. In fact, this is for Bitcoin 4 hour, right? That is where I have fine-tuned my settings, although they work across the board for my trading style. So once you have found your own configuration, you will not have to start changing it throughout most of the things that you trade, because your configuration will be set for your trading style. My tuning, it is 43. It's a nice midterm tuning. It is susceptible to a little bit of interference. Nonetheless, it gives me big, crispy, and very nice trends. I also not using, this is very important, guys, not using Auto Maximizer, because I already had the time or went through the time to figure out what is my best tuning option here. Then instead of Japanese default, I like it in trend static. I'm going to be turning off my optimal tuning because I already have it placed here. Not the optimal tuning, but my updated optimal tuning, which is the one that you're going to learn how to set it up on video number 3 on the class recordings. Then dashboard auto bottom. So I like it to be right here at the bottom. Then what is it? I'm going to be taking a look at my dynamic reactor. Very, very, very important dynamic reactor, because usually dynamic reactor tells me or guides me through with what trend we are, because dynamic reactor, it looks like a VWAP, it looks like an EMA, it looks like an EMA, but it is not one of those things. It is a high volume zone. So when we are above or below a high volume zone, we usually take several tries to break through that volume zone. And then I also have added multi-time frame reactor. So 1 hour, 1 day, and 1 week, because my preferred time frame is the 4 hour. Guys, if you like to do the 3 minutes, it is exact same profit. I mean, the exact same methodology, right? Which means that if you're going to be configuring for your main time frame, well, then you could be looking at, for example, instead of 3 minutes at your main one, then maybe at 1 minute for your lower one, then maybe after 15 minutes, and then maybe at 4 hours. So you only change this as you go, or as your main time frame will be the center of this reactor section. Other than that, everything is turned off. So let me click OK here and turn my indicators here. So right out of the gate, guys, are we bullish or are we bearish variance? Let me know why. And new members, just give it a shot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just give it a shot, because for you participating, that earns you points, guys. Points that then you can change or exchange for TradingView coins. So I'm also going to be turning on my trend mode here. So let me see. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Yes, we're bullish. And very, very, very nicely. Look at that. It is not about the breakout. It's about the retest. And that's fine if you did not enter in that retest because we have a strong signal. Guys, do we enter on that strong bullish signal, or where do we enter once we have one of those signals? On the retest, exactly. And this is something that Piper was talking about. And let me throw it back to Piper because I think he's amazing on figuring out those pullbacks. And if you don't believe me, you should be going and taking a look at the Prime Academy video when he called the exact pullback zone on CAS. So Piper, I would like to throw it back to you here, brother. So you can tell us a little bit more on that pullbacks and retesting. So it's
Yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen, OC, if you can drop that there, and then I will show. Yeah,
here we go.
And then I'm going to share my screen here and show you guys what I was looking at on CAS for pullbacks. Now, mind you, I do a lot of traditional TA with Confluence on Chart Prime. So for those that have not seen my TA at all, then you're in for a treat, guys. I do a lot of fibs. I'm a big fib guy. I tell a lot of lies. No, I'm just joking. I do a lot of Fibonacci's. I'm a big Fibonacci guy. And so I do. I don't know why there's an echo.
I didn't hear it.
So there's an echo.
Oh, is it?
I don't either. I don't know. And should because I'm not broadcasting. Good now. Good. Okay. I didn't change anything. So don't know why.
No, why I did that.
Haven't been using series on echo. I go maybe see yourself and see if that fixes it. No, my speakers are on. Everything's coming through the headphone here. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's no broadcast sound. Sorry, not my side to my mic. Let me come off stage and come back in. We try something here. How is this? Is this better? Nope. Oh, see, it's coming back. It's coming back to the mic or something. They're saying
my mic is shut down. Let me see if I can do something. Let me disconnect everything here. It should all be good here. Can you try it once again, please?
Yeah. One thing here. No, I'm not on laptop. I'm on my desktop. Let me mess with my sound settings. Go ahead, Gordon, and then I'll pull out this cast in a second.
Guys, so also, just in case that was it, let me go over my earphones also, just in case that could be it in the meantime. So, give me 1 second here.
Yeah, my headset shouldn't be so loud that it's picking up on my mic at all. Silence the screen audio.
So, I'm back.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I didn't really do anything except for disconnect and reconnect the same thing. So, coming back in. Coming in hot. You heard me. Here we go.
There we go. So here we go, guys. We're going to take a look at Costly here, and I'll show you guys what I was looking at here. Guys, just go ahead and click my screen over there. You will see. I know your sport. It has its overs, doesn't it? It's math.
And it's bad again. Guys, apologize about this. Not sure what's going on. Maybe that helps a little bit. Let me check. Mic test 1, 2.
You try speaking once again, Piper? I have everything on me disconnected. Just to see if I can catch it.
Okay. I'm talking now. Hopefully this is fixing it, whatever it is with your end. But
let's get into the fast if it's working. I got a thumbs up. We're good. Guys, so back here, I'm looking at a 4-hour chart on CAS now. Sorry about that, guys. We're trying to figure it out, but Discord just does not want to play well today. Still actually, there should be no echo. Like nothing that I'm saying is coming out anywhere.
Real audio coming out of my headphone.
So I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it's probably Discord messing with it. But here we go. Take a look here. Looking at a 4-hour chart on Caspa, and we were up on this range here, rejecting off base 77. So you guys are trying to track them. I did a fib extension, trend-based fib extension. Come over the charge. Called a trend-based fib extension here. And we have this everyone else to help yourself.
Yeah, I'm not
sure why it's doing that, guys.
I have a zero audio playing out so loud, so I don't know.
Anyways, trend-based fib extension, and I ran it off of the trend. We started my guys back here. If you want to know where this is coming from, come back to the very beginning. We had this trend line here that started in, and I saw the highs high through here. So I ran the trend off of these 3 points here, the bottom to this top, down to the bottom. And that gave me fib extension. Go ahead and turn off chart prime on here real fast, just a little.
And then once we got here and I saw that we tested the golden pocket, it's like, okay, these levels are good. That works on the bottom screen. You have to mute one of them. Okay, yeah, you guys are probably getting it from multiple sides. So whatever down there out of the bottom, that's what you got to do. Mute the screen. Perfect. Let me see if I can. No, I can't move anything with my hand with that. Once you have that there, though, guy, they gave me these golden pockets. You can see the golden pockets play out well a lot of times. Had a perfect retest of it there, but when it came up, caught into the pocket way up. So now I have the golden pockets of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, so on and so forth. The reason we have to do this is because we went into price discovery when we built this. This means that there is no longer historical levels of support and resistance for this to be based off of a horizontal level, and it means that we're just in a trend. There's nothing data for create indicator support and resistance, right? So using my trend base setup, I had it done here. Phase 1, phase 2, so on and so forth. You can see how it played out here in historical. We had a nice rejection on phase 4. Came down, we got support again on phase 3 on retest, and it came back up. Well, we got up here, and we hit this phase 7. Now, I said this one right here. I said this looks like we are going to get a rejection here. And I said, there's very likely that we could come back and test this phase 6. But I'm saying that the amount of pump that it had through here, you can see a couple of retests here or hour, but it never really went up. And got a good retest on it. Came here and pulled all the way up through just pushing phase 6. I said, we could come back to this was a live stream. I worked out on thumbnail. So here, I said, I would say that we're going to come back to this 20.8 cent level here, but I do see that we have come along back and test spot here at 11.2 cents. Like I said 11.2 cents. Guys, that was a retracement here, all the way back of 22.5%. And I said this might be the lowest ever cast again at 11.6 cents. I would strongly not advise, but I am definitely buying there. It might be advisable if you want to do it. Guys, to make your own research and note that call. It's about 11.2 cents I call it there on that retracement. Now back up to 7.61 in there. And looks like we're trying to do it. I thought we might get down there at this level, but that happen. But if we actually look what we have here on a retracement, 11.2 back up there, that was a 29% move without any. It's by Mike is presenting streams to us. That's so weird. I'm not sure why. Maybe if I try to my camera, does that help you guys out at all? Maybe. I don't know. But it's that was the move there, 29%. It was a beautiful move back to the upside. And then came back down in here, almost hit the level again here. This was off on the best buy again. Right now, we are back above the phase 6, working our way back up to phase 7. I do think that if we continue with Bitcoin's upward movement, that we are going to be back up at that 14.5 cents there on Casper. So, and he said that Kramer did nothing. I'm not sure, guys. If I have any questions for that or what I'm looking at for the future here on Casper, where we're heading.
Just choose whatever screen you want to and right click on top of either the black screen with the charts and mute it, or mute Army Piper itself. But I recommend muting the charts. So just right click it, mute stream, and that should fix the issue.
Yeah, I don't know why I doing that reading screen over, and I just shared a screen that's all I did. So that was all. Maybe if I do share the application, that might work. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, yes, it's perfect after that. Okay, perfect. It's manageable. Don't worry. Cool, guys. I appreciate it. I try to give you guys good quality streaming here on the Discord channel, and sometimes I just don't want to play well with me. So anybody got any questions on Caspa, why I saw that retest and where we can be heading next? Try if your mic is on, the headset is on, and your camera maybe. The camera has no microphone on it, so it's all good, pal. Thanks for the TA. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate the support and love, man. All right, no echo now. Perfect. Did you guys want to see another chart that I use with fibs? Yeah, I reshared my screen different. Okay, sure. So this is my famous channels on Bitcoin, guys. And I just tweeted about this earlier. If you guys follow me on X, you would have this picture in your X. It's at Army Piper, all one word. And you guys can follow me there. I'm posting stuff on there all the time on X for the show. And I go over this all the time on Piper Academy, which is a morning YouTube channel that I do with OC Guy, me and OC every morning going live, except for this morning because of the internet issues. So, and if I had as many issues this morning as I am right now, I'm glad I didn't go live. Taking a look here, guys, this is Fib Channels. It goes all the way through the history of Bitcoin, all the way back to its first inception here on Bitstamp back in 2011. And you can see that we have pretty much been in trading in Fib channels with tops and bottoms on these lines perfectly throughout all the time here. Well, I went back and looked at this 3-phase setup of horizontal fibs running from candle closes, not wicks, just candle closes on tops and bottoms over the history for Bitcoin. So once we had an all-time high top, and then our bottom was confirmed with a candle close, that's where I would draw those fibs for it, and then the fibs would be all the way up through the next run. And I've discovered that there's 3 phases that happen during this cycle. You got your bottom phase 1, you've got middle at phase 2, which takes place between the 382 and the top of the golden pocket there. And then you have this phase 3. Once we hit phase 3, that's what leads to just absolutely parabolic run up. Go back here. Second cycle, this would be the last bull run. We had our bottom here coming off of the top. There's our fib that we took the 2 points off of. We went into a phase 2 for a while, up into phase 3, and then back into phase 2. We won't count this because this is the Corona dump. So, guys, you can see phase 2 can be very difficult to hold. Omo said he's not getting any sound, but I do have sound coming through, brother. You muted one of the wrong ones because everybody else can hear me. So if you take a look here and see what we have for phase 2, though, you can see that it does fight to stay in there sometimes. So getting into phase 2 does not guarantee that we're staying above the 382 or the 0.5. If we go here and we take a look now at where we are in this cycle, I do not count this peak as the top because I personally believe that this was an over-exaggerated dead cat bounce, and that this was the top. Why? Because the Pi cycle closed here, not here on the Pi cycle indicator. If you guys take a look at what this did, though, if I go here and I make this to here, you would see that we just got rejection on the 618. So this still stands true and can still be in play that we're in the phase 2, but we actually are hitting the 618 instead of the 0.66 at the top. If I go and put it back where it's at, you can see here that this weekly candle close wicked perfectly. Wicked perfectly onto the 0.66 here of the golden pocket, and that was the wick to the dollar, darn near, like $30 off. Right now, we're coming back up for a run on that, guys. If we break this golden pocket and we hold the 0.66, the volume profile, no, that volume profile, I took it from the all-time high here, and you can see that was the volume value area high right there. That's just a fixed range volume profile, which is going to be there. Fixed range volume profile. I took it from the high point to the low, or took it from the high point forward, and you can see the low's point of control right there. There's your value area low. A value area high is right here, and we've broken that. So, yeah, this has been on here for a while, and I've been watching it closely. You can see all the resistance on the value area high, which also, by the way, happened to coincide with the 0.5 on the fibs. So throwing fibs on top of chart prime gives you amazing confluence levels. And then you're really looking at the chart prime indicators to give you that, hey, pay attention. This might be your next line of support or resistance based on the fibs overlapped with chart prime. Once I started using fibs and chart prime together, it was just absolute slaughterhouse for people that were trading against me. So I am a swing trader, just so you guys know. So these bigger movements like this play out a lot of times for me. So swing trading is my forte. I am not a scalper at all. So, but yeah, we're right now running back up towards that 0.66. So I am watching to see if we break that, turn that support. And that could honestly indicate, guys, that we are heading into phase 3. earlier than expected. This dash yellow line here is the halving event. And we do have a episode coming out here in a couple of weeks where OC, myself, Alex O Crypto, and Tradefly are all four going to do a prediction call on Bitcoin for the next cycle all-time high that we're going to have. So let's see what we got here in chat. Reggie Class said, did you draw the volume? Yes, we already answered that. If anyone wants to look at something to say either during or after class, check out Luna C. Let's go check out Luna Classic. I'll go check it out. Let's see what we got here. I'll show you guys how I lay fibs on top of chart tribe indicators, and we'll do that. We're going to do it. We're doing it. He said, don't do it. No, we're doing it. This is happening. Let's see, USDT. That's on weekly. I'm on the wrong chart. I got to put this back on my Bitcoin because I don't want to lose my Bitcoin chart. There we go. Let's go back to here, and then let's go to Lindsay. Thomas and Spade said, yes, do it. Let's go check it out here. Well, first off, right off the bat here, I've got my moving averages on. Guys, we are hitting the 50-week moving average right now. You can see it was previously where we closed a lot of our candles at. So that is a 50-week moving average on there on my MA ribbons. Let's go turn on. Well, actually, let's do this first. I want to go back here, and we're going to get a nice fib on here and see where we're at on this. So let me grab a fib retracement here. We're going to bring that to the top to the bottom. Lock on, please. It's not locking for me. There we go. Right there. And then we're going to go in here. I'm going to click this. We're going to extend this to the right. Extend it all the way to the right. There we go. So right now, you can see I don't like these levels, and I'll tell you why. You can see that we're playing well on them right now, but where we are right now and getting rejected, there's no reason based on fibs for us to get the rejection. This should have been a little bit higher and hit that 50 for this to be based on the Fibonacci sequence. So let's go and see what we have on Chart Prime on top of here. And let's take a look. Yeah, I didn't even hit the upper resistance band here. If I turn off my fibs here now, and we go like this, you can see that we do have the predictive ranges here. Guys, I run these predictive just based on 12-hour. If you want to see my settings for it, they are right here under Dynamics Pro, enable predictive ranges, 12-hour settings on 50. What these are is you got a top frame, you got a bottom frame, you got a lower support, upper resistance, and then two gold bands with the delta median. That's your 50% line. This is your trade band inside of that, looking at Luna Classic here. This didn't even hit up to there. This is some people selling off at very high levels. And if we go back and look at what we had back here, that level that we sold off is literally this here. So this was people taking profit back at this range, probably thinking that this is a liquidity grab, and that's exactly what it looks like. So you got a lot of people that are selling this based on just liquidity grabs. Let's go and check out and see what else we can pull in here. And let's check out some order blocks. We're going to start throwing Confluence on top of this. It actually, when it doesn't take as much money as you think to move this, bro. Luna C, it was $15 million, and it was put in by Terra Labs. So this is why you shouldn't be buying this or touching this unless you're just doing a quick trade on it. Terra Labs, which owns Luna Classic, put in $15 million into this to get their, put $15 million into this to try to repeg. Yep. So this is manipulated from internal money. Yep. Checking, tracking. OC sending me messages. But what we're looking at right now, based on this, is that we do have liquidity zones. Let's check those and see how those are looking. We're just going to start layering in some chart prime on top of this guy so you can see how this works with it. It's not sustainable because it's their money. Guys, as soon as they get this up, they're going to pull their money back out. $15 million was put in by Terra Labs into Luna C. Yeah, I can look at that, Lay Undertaker. Not a problem. Yeah, it's a quick cash grab. But traders, that we can ride on that train too and do some quick cash grabs on that also. We do have an order block here that we're hitting right now. I don't see any liquidity zones. Let's go and check out break of structure and see if we got any legit smart money movements here. Does not. Yeah, we did down here, very small. That's it. We're not getting any here, guys. On this one here, you're not going to get any legit indicators that really start to pull data because it's really single source money flow coming in. And then you've also got very quick, rapid movements. For example, we had a break of structure here, we can see that break of structure right there, or change of character. I'm sorry, not a break of structure, not a BOS, change of character. You could have got in on that, but right now you really just want to take a look at your chart patterns. I bet we have something there. I'm going to go ahead and check that out and see if we've got anything on that. Let's do a triangle here, and this should be on medium. Give it a second to load. You can see the eyeball spinning there. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Guys, we had this here. You can see it didn't register the breakout here, but then it actually pulled back in, retested the bottom of this wedge again, and actually broke here. But the target was all the way up here, and we hit that cleanly. So it is picking up some of these movements before, predicting the targets and stuff. But there's so much money manipulation in and out of this right now, guys. I would be very careful on doing anything on Luna Classic. So, OC, I'm kicking it back over to you, man. I just wanted to show people how some traditional TA can overlap with the confluence of Chart Prime, and that when you add Chart Prime to it, you get a much, much stronger picture of what's going on out there. So I'm going to kick it back over to you, OC. Come on back in.
Absolutely, Piper. Thank you so much for sharing that. Because what you just shared, is very, very important. Because, guys, if you already have, and you can go ahead and click my screen if you want to. So if you already have your style, there's no need to just ditch your style, whatever you need. In fact, you can be adding a Chart Prime indicators on top of what you have and make it a much, much stronger strategy. And as Piper mentioned, oh yeah, absolutely, brother, we'll be here. So, and as Piper mentioned, you can start building on top of your foundation. Remember, we all come from somewhere. Me, myself, I come from the patterns in the charts. So basically, I love my foundation. It's the triangular patterns, repetitive patterns, so on and so forth. That is what I'm good at. So by adding Chart Prime to that, I can basically build up a very strong information here. So a very strong, analysis. So Leander Take, what is up, brother? I remember that you were asking about this, right? So you were showing me something like this. Let me bring it up. So you were showing me something like this candles. And you were saying, is the third candle, like 1, 2, and 3, is the third candle count as a retest and because of the week? And I would say, no, not really. Why? Because the retest is usually, depending on the time frame that you are on, you're looking for a full movement. Maybe this one, if you look at something smaller like, 15 minutes, you might be seeing that retest playing out. But if you're making your analysis on the daily, you need to wait for daily retest. So let me show you how a retest looks like. So for example, remember guys, once again, just to follow up on what we left, do we enter on buy signals or where do we enter? On pullbacks, right? So look at that, it goes up and then you see a multiple candle move down to previous support. Do I have support or resistance there? Well, then I do, or I can start using something other or something else. Like for example, trend assistance, support and resistances. And then I can see that my big support is in here, but I'm also above the zero line, making that flip of the ribbon and going back up. So this is a pullback. So yes, on a pullback, on a retest. So that's how a retest looks like. So let me show you once again, like for example, you see a breakthrough in here, you see a breakthrough in here, and then you're waiting for a retest. What is a retest? This candle could be a retest. This candle could be a retest, or even this candle could be a retest. So it's that movement when we retrace in a multiple candle scenario for that previous support, and then off we go with that flip of the ribbon. So again, look at that beautiful retest with a flip of the ribbon at the zero line, and off we go. So also your question was, how can I understand whether am I going to have or not a retest? So let me show you something. This is not a 100% strategy. This is something that I came up with, and basically is based on percentages. So let me show you. Like in here, I have a breakthrough, or better yet, I'm looking for those flips of the ribbon. So when I see those flip of the ribbon or those signals, I'm looking for either a flip of the ribbon or a breakthrough. So based on those ones, that's when I'm going to be starting making a box. Let me show you what kind of box am I talking about, and also how you're going to be using it. So first of all, I want to draw a regular box. And also, I'm going to be doing or drawing a little line in here. This line in here, this is a 45-degree angle. Do you guys agree on that? Perfect. So whatever happens on a bullish movement, something like this, something like this, something like this, something like this, all right, something like this. In a bullish movement, whatever it's above this line, it's going to be, for me, higher than a 45-degree angle, all right? And whatever it is below this zero line or this 45-degree angle line, it's going to be lower than a 45-degree angle. So does that make sense? Then, if I draw the same box, in fact, the same box, but I then look at in a mirrored way, like for example, just assume that this line, it's a mirror. This line, it's a mirror. As you can see, it's being mirrored. So now what I draw on top of here, which is higher than 45-degree angle, this is going to be higher or steeper than a 45-degree angle. And then whenever I draw a lower than 45-degree angle, then it's going to be here lower than a 45-degree angle. Does that make sense? The second box right here, it's good for movements to the downside. Movements to the downside, like this one, movements or retracements to the downside. Now that we have figured this one out, I can probably start using it right now. So the first thing I'm going to be doing, it's looking at this reversal at this resistance. So I'm going to be drawing my box. Here we go. And then drawing a line. Since this is a movement to the downside, and I am expecting a movement to the downside, I'm going to be drawing my 45-degree angle. Is it in the green or is it on the red? Oh, sorry. Come on, grab the other one. On the red. Remember, it's going down like this way. So is it on the green or is it on the red? This momentum line. It's on the red, exactly. So it's lower than 45-degree angle. So it's not as strong. So I am waiting for a retest. So again, I'm looking for a short position. So I wait for a retest in here, enter, and then it does move to the downside. There is one finicky thing here. The important part in here is that right now, at that point, I was not looking to short the market. And that is because I was looking for either a range or a breakthrough that zero line. Why? Because I am above the zero line. And let me show you something here. And this is important. Let me show you as we broke above, as we broke below, and as we broke back above in here, and then as we broke below in here. So most of the action, it's above the zero line in here. And as you can see, the movement of the price action was to the upside. And then the emptiness in here was at the top. Most of the action was below the zero line. And the movement was to the low portions, right? And again, upside, upside, downside, downside. So whenever you're making a breakthrough, usually through that high volume zone there, you are expecting or you're going to be drawing your boxes. So at this point, I am waiting when I'm looking for a movement to the upside. So in that case, I'm going to be drawing my box in here. And let me clear this up, that Mexican spaghetti. And then I'm going to be drawing my box to the upside. So what am I seeing? Or even I could be using it right here at the bottom. So when I get here, I could be expecting either or not a retest. So I'm going to be grabbing my line in here because it's a movement to the upside. And I'm going to be drawing it in here. So guys, based on my previous diagram, is that a ribbon above the 45-degree angle or is it below the 45-degree angle? Is it on the green or is it on the red? Green, perfect, yes. So being green means that it does have enough momentum to maybe make not a retest. So what happens? It breaks, and then it breaks with such a strength that this is a pullback, not actually retest. You see that? And then after I see it breaking through, when is it breaking through? Let's take a look at that. It's breaking through here. And then I go for the retrace and that retest. So, Leanders, undertake, does that answer your question on when and where to expect a retest when we have an important breakthrough? Let me know. Perfect. Piper, I will also would like, are you available? Let me know. I will also would love to throw it back to you because I believe you also have another important chart that you wanted to show to us. And also I'm dying to see what confluence you might be bringing in up next. So let me know if you are available and if I can throw it back to you.
Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? All good? Perfect. Yeah, so I only heard a part of what you were saying because I've got the guy here from Spectrum trying to fix my internet, but I might be dropping off for just a second while he redoes something. So I don't want to be in the middle of it when that happens. So go ahead.
Perfect. So take your time, brother. I'm going to be taking then a look at any Q&A that you may have, guys. So far, we already, and let me break this one down. So far, we are already configured our dynamic reactor and our market oracle, all right? Now we understand whether we're expecting or not for a retest. Now we understand, look at that. Let's do a recap. Where are we based on that oscillator? Are we above the zero line or are we below the zero line? It's above. So we are expecting movements to the upside. So now what is it happening? All right, but also look at what has happened when we reach the top of that movement. Also, look at this beautiful tick that we have in that reversal. Look at this reversal that happened here. Look at this MP and that reversal. And remember, it's not about the breakout. It's about the retest. And up we go. Look at that MP, 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 MP. Almost there. Almost in every single top and bottom, right? So those are my max profits. So if I double click here, you can make sure you got them activated in here. So one of the things that I'm going to be adding is the like a very strong support and resistance. So I'm going to be turning on my support and resistance here. And also I could be adding some predictive stuff. That predictive stuff, it's going to be inside of my Market Dynamics Pro. I'm going to click configure and I'm going to add my predictive ranges. I'm also going to be adding some order blocks in here. So I'm just going to click order block and that's it. As you can see, I have most of my order blocks here giving me a big confluence support with my dynamic reactor, order block, and blue line in here. Remember, at this point, look at what has happened when we reach those purple lines. We usually have a big retrace. Let's take a look at where else have we been hitting that purple line. Big purple line, retrace. Purple line, retrace. Purple line, retrace. You see that? So far, we are breaking through that gray line. It is important because we're also flipping up. Guys, what am I expecting when I go into the purple line? And also, what do I want to see down here to take some action? Exactly. I could be expecting a retrace when I hit that purple line, and I'm waiting for FOR. What, guys, does FOR stands for? Exactly. Perfect. Yes. Flip of the ribbon. And guys, let me just change my... Here we go. This is it. Sorry, I was sharing the wrong one. Now you can see me, see the comments in here, right here to my left. And also, you can see everything that's happening. Flip of the ribbon. Exactly. Flip of the ribbon. My internet is dying again. Oh, your internet is dying again. So, guys, now remember, today it's Q&A. So, shoot it to me. Oh, look at what we just got, guys. Look at that. What is that? Was that there before? No, we just got it. We just got it. Look at what we have had on previous ticks. Previous tick, remember, we're not expecting a full movement. We're expecting a first target. Look at that. Tick. Let's take a look at this other one. Tick for that little retrace, so on and so forth. So this one, it's not there. It is down here. So at this point, if you are into a long on gold, this could be a good zone to start considering taking some profits. Although, look at where is my next resistance. My next resistance is all the way right here, up here. So I'm going to mark it and then turn it off and then turn on my predictive ranges. I have my predictive ranges here. So I have my next channel of possible reversal. My MP signal, I'll be expecting to happen somewhere around that channel. As we have, of course, FOR. Guys, any questions so far? I'll be very glad to go over any and all of your questions, no matter what they are. So shoot it. Don't worry if we haven't gone through those. I'll be answering any and all of your questions and do explaining for whatever time left we have. So we are going to be adding a little bit, I believe, to 10 to 20 extra minutes to compensate the technical issues that we had at the beginning. So let me know what are your thoughts in here and if you have any questions. Can you show how to find the optimum tuning for Oracle? Absolutely. So let me turn everything off. By the way, Mario, let me point you out to the correct video. Here we go. Take a look at the class recording and then video number 3. That's going to show you the complete video on how to find your optimal tuning. Nonetheless, I'm going to do a quick overview on how to do so. Right? So the first thing, give me another asset, some weird asset that I haven't heard of, so we can do it from scratch. So you guys have the extra heads up on that. Coin. So yeah, I haven't heard about Sweet. I haven't looked at it. So let's do Sweet USDT, right? There we go. And it's
you haven't heard
perfect.
You haven't heard of Sweatcoin, OC?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, they do you can earn tokens from you can earn coins from walking. It measures your steps and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, is that the one? Really?
Yeah, Sweatcoin. Yeah.
Oh, I did hear of it, but I never kind of like even looked at it. So for me, it was just like this time.
Yeah, Rob from Digital Asset News talks about it all the time on his show.
Oh, I see. So let me know when you want to jump in. If you have chance, I would love to see also your feedback on this one.
I'm reading Chuck's message right now. He said he just joined the community. He's very excited. What are the first 3 things I should do to get me going in the right direction? He's making Chart Prime his full-time side hustle. Thank you very much. So, Chuck, first things first, learn the different indicators and how they work together. So that you can develop your own strategy and then set rules for that strategy. Like, hey, I don't buy unless this, and like, for example, I am not going to enter a long trade unless I have this on the oscillator and this, and then that's above the dynamic reactor, for example. Set your rules and then stick to them. Once you have your rules set and that you back tested the strategy and you go, this works very well. Every time that we've had this 3, like for example, OC's famous trade setup is the 3-layer strategy. When you set that up, you follow those rules and you go, this is what works for me. These are my rules that I'm going to trade on, and then stick to them. And then be patient. Don't chase trades. Remember, not having a position sometimes is a position.
Absolutely. Just chasing that.
Nikki9 said, are there any elementary videos? All of these lingos are foreign to me. Can you give me an example of what lingos are foreign to you, Nikki9? It'll give me an idea like where you are in the mindset. Yeah, speed. My predictive ranges are set to 50 on the 12-hour because I swing trade on high time frames, like high level time frames, 4-hour daily, weekly. So yeah, that's what I have set up for mine. I'm fresh to all this. Okay, so. Really for the lingo, as far as like the names of, is there a video on the 3-layer strategy is what Beat King is 77 is asking OC? He needs a 3-layer strategy vid.
Yeah, he can take a look at video number 1, the class recordings. I do explain the 3-layer strategy. Also video number 2 explains.
Video 1 or video 3?
What is it?
You said video 1 or video 3?
Oh, video 1 explains the 3-layer strategy. But it is based on the previous themes. Yep. And then video 3 would update.
Oh, okay. So video 1 and video 3, Nikki
yes.
9. What was I saying?
What lingo?
Oh, lingo.
He may be missing.
Lingo, yes, lingo. So if it's about different chart prime indicators, dynamic reactors, stuff like that, watch the videos. They're going to explain that lingo. If it's about reversals, if it's about swing fail patterns, stuff like that, there's a lot of materials that we have in the community itself, like in the help library and stuff like that. You can put that word in there and see what pulls up for you. If not, really, there is it Investors. What's the website, OC? Help me out here.
What are we talking about?
The website that has all of the definitions and stuff of like a break of structure, the Investopedia. Thank you, MKHK. Investopedia will have a lot of lingo that you can learn. So if you hear something you don't know, look it up. That's what I made a point to do when I started getting into trading, was anytime I heard a term that I did not know, I would go and pull it up on Investopedia and read about it, understand it, and see how I could integrate it into my trade strategies and stuff like that. So yeah, Investopedia will help you out with a lot of lingo. And anytime you hear something, just make it, and this is not just for trading, this is life lessons right here. Anytime you hear something you don't know, go look it up. That's how I learned a whole lot of things in trading, in market technical analysis, and fundamental analysis and different projects. Understanding what a block DAG was versus a blockchain was, something that I heard recently with the rise of Caspa. So I went and looked it up. So babypips.com gives you some steps too, according to Aaron. So yeah, sweat. Run with sweat. I gave my spiel.
Absolutely, yes. So let's take a look at how do I find out my best settings here. So first of all, I want to take a look at what is the computer telling me. So for that, I'm going to go over here and turn on my optimal tuning. The next step is going to be I need to set whether I have high volume zones and low volume zones. So for that, I need to go again inside Market Oracle and set my reactor select to dynamic reactor. Let me show you something very interesting. So I'm going to go now where I can very obviously see a downtrend and uptrend in here. Look at that. Since we broke below the dynamic reactor all the way till we broke above, that is a downtrend. This is a redistribution, redistribution zone. And then since we broke below again, look at that, downtrend all the way until we broke above, and then uptrend all the way up in here. You see that? So that is basically how am I going to be guiding myself with my optimal tuning. So let me double click here. And the first thing I'm going to be doing, it's adding my optimal tuning here. So it's going to be 12. So bear with me. I already have an updated or optimized tuning, but bear with me here. So as you can see, this is giving me a ton of noise. This is the mathematical correct optimal tuning. But being the mathematical correct doesn't mean that you as human can trade with it. So let's tell this indicator that we want to see high and big and nice trends. So this is going to be only a guidance. Now that I have already my optimal tuning, I'm going to click out this optimal tuning to get it off the section here. I'm not going to be needing it anymore. And then I'm going to be rounding up or down my tuning. In that case, it's going to be 10. Now I'm going to be moving that tuning up in 10 increments. So now it's going to be 20. Let's give it 1 second. Wait for that little eye to stop moving. And then there we go. Much better. Then 30. Then clicking away, waiting for that little eye to stop moving. And much better. Remember, what I'm looking for at this point is to pair, let me show you, my trend. So I want, as I break below, a signal to sell, which is good here. All right. As I break above, I want a signal to buy. And then as I break below, a signal to sell. And as I break above, a signal to buy, and so on and so forth. So far, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 signals that I want right there. So again, it's not there yet. I have too much interference. So let's add a little bit larger tuning here. So clicking away on 40, waiting for that little eye to stop moving. And as you can see, this is looking way better. Look at that. This signal and this signal, they're almost there. I mean, they are right there. The only one that is not pairing is these two pairs. This is what I call interference. Remember that the interference, it's everywhere. We will never be able to get rid fully of interference, but we can just put it into such a lower mode that is not important anymore. So at this point, I can decide to whether leave it like is with that little interference and use my dynamic reactor as a debugging tool and also my oscillator to see whether it should be having a continuation or not, or keep moving my tuning up. Remember, mine, it's up to 43. Let's just give it one look in here and see if that changes anything. And it does. It removes this part of that interference. I think I could do better. Let's try with 50 here. 50 and click away. And then let's just wait a little bit more. And as you see, basically we have a much cleaner chart. I could keep tuning this up, but at this point, I feel like this is working the best for me. I mean, I could even go to 60, 70, 61, 51, 52, 53, and then start fine-tuning it. So that's how I set my optimal tuning for myself. Remember, I'm doing this on my main time frame. If your main time frame is 15 minutes, do it on the 15 minutes. If your main time frame is a daily, do it on the daily. Remember, it is exactly the same process, and as you might be telling, it is very close one to each other. So at this point, you can see that we're having some of offset here. So what we need to do is update our tuning here. Usually, the lower time frame we go, between 12 and 1 hour is the highest, and then to 3 minutes, it's the lowest. So you need to finicky around this one. So again, like for example, on daily, I could start with something like 30. As you can see, I went back up here and that it's giving me a much better entry zone right here as I break through, and also an early zone as I also break through, all right? So again, remember, depending on your main time frame, that's exactly where you want to get started with your main configuration. For me, that is a 4 hour. Therefore, I'm going to be sticking to something like 50 or 55 here. But you need to take the time in here and go for what works the best. As you can see, 55 already removed all of the interference that I had going on here. So any questions on about how to get your optimal tuning? Let me know. Exactly, yes. Mario says, thank you. I think it clicked for me. Is it a combination with dynamic range? It is called dynamic reactor, but yes, absolutely. I do understand what you meant there. Always on start, yes. For me, dynamic reactor, it's one of the most important tools, and I want to keep it on as much as I can. But yeah, and then I use it to set my tuning there. Perfect. Guys, so let's jump back in here. And if you have any other questions, please let me know because we're running out of time. Piper, would you like to jump in and maybe update a little bit on what we're talking about, the tuning settings, maybe how to get started on the indicators?
Yeah, so I do want to address Naber. He said, which trading view plan do you suggest? I personally have the one where I can have up to 10 indicators. I'm not sure which one that is. It's been a while since I've seen the levels for TradingView, but it is possible to use ChartPrime or anything really with the free version. But now that they've dropped it down to 2 indicators max, it's made it a little more difficult. But yeah, just the first level up is all you really need to use TradingView and use ChartPrime with it. So I did want to address that. Yeah. So as far as fine tuning, I tend to run me personally, I tend to run the auto maximizer on low frequency. And then if I look at a chart and I'm like, okay, let me get into a little more fine tuning here to add a little better confluence, then I'll start going in and tweaking it. But you see like what he did there, he just changed that and it added a bunch more. Now I would go into the settings and tweak them down myself just to get a better picture. So when you look at the setting, turn back on the optimal tuning dashboard, Momiyoshi. So you see it's a 19. So what I'll do is I'll go in and turn off the auto maximizer now that I've seen because I have the auto maximizer on no matter what I go to for an asset. When I switch over to something and I go, okay, I need to get rid of some noise here, I'll turn off auto maximizer now and then start adjusting based on the fine tuning myself. Turn off auto maximizer, move it down a couple, move it up a couple. I usually move in increments of 2, and I will just get a little bit of better perspective
of what the buy and sell indicators are to look at confluence. I don't use it by itself. I don't use it by itself. I don't use it as a buy or sell indicator. I just use it to say, hey, there might be a long or a short chance here, a call or a put, depending on what I'm looking at for asset trading. So, but I typically do run it on Auto Maximizer at low frequency, just specifically for getting into the ballpark. And then I can, think about it from like a marksmanship perspective. Since I was in the Army for 22 years, let's get it from that perspective. I use the binos to look and see where there's enemy movement off on the horizon. And then once I'm there, I'm going to bring up my weapon and do the fine tune scoping for that sniper shot that I need to enter or exit a trade. So is there any other materials I need to watch besides all the class recordings before scheduling a one-on-one? Try to do a couple of paper trades, Chuck. In TradingView, you can set up paper trading. So see if I can't pull mine up right now. I'm actually talking over my phone with you. But if you can pull up how to set up a paper trade, that might help some of these guys so that they can do a couple of paper trades so that they know, hey, this is what I did on the setup. What did I do wrong with this? That will help them with this one-on-one.
Absolutely. So you can set up your paper trading account, or you can also be using just a replay session here. So what I would advise is going to your main asset. Let's just click any random. You just click it LTC, so whatever. And then you can go here and do the replay button here. Just click the replay button and then go to any given date, or just kind of like a search for whenever, let's see, perfect. Whenever I can start seeing those ones. I don't know, was it not leaving me? Let's see here, replay, here we go. And then just without seeing or watching, I'm going to just click away or click wherever it gets, all right? At that point, I am somewhere where I'm not recognizing what's happening. And for example, like I said, I have a buy signal. It is not about the breakout. It's about the retest. Did I have the retest? Yes. Was this higher than a 45-degree angle? Yes. So I might not be waiting for that retest. That pullback already happened. So are you able to jump in or not? Well, then you can start adding your support and resistances here. So let me add like something like this. And then right down here, you have a next button here. So you can click candle by candle and see how it develops in there. There you go. That is, for example, one beautiful retest. And are you going to be entering there? Are you going to be waiting for that breakout? What is it happening in here? So that way you can open up your either entry or exit. And based on that, just basically see whether you are doing it correctly or not. And that, my friend, is next to your diary. Take a little bit of a notebook and say, I was seeing this and this and that, and it went this way. So when we join into a one-on-one together, you can bring up those things that might not have been playing out for you, and we can dive in within that specific scenario. Remember, we are in for at least 3 different confluence zones. So I am looking at my candle color, I'm looking at my oscillator, and I'm also need to look at maybe some other confluence like breaker blocks, order blocks, support and resistances, predictive ranges, so on and so forth. And depending on what I'm looking for, that's what I'll be trading on. Yep.
Yeah, I'm quickly becoming a fan of liquidity zones. They've worked really well for me. So
nice. So like, for example, here we broke through. We could be going for that zero line rejection on a retest, maybe a fake out, and then off we go. So then you can start clicking here and seeing if that plays out or it doesn't. So here we go. Look at that, going for that little retrace. What am I seeing right now? I am finding that support. I'm also looking for that another flip of the ribbon. So I'm already on taking profit TP number 1 because look at my prediction was this little movement right here. So am I able to switch? Well, then I could take a look at my prime score. My prime score is neutral. My consolidation score is neutral. So I am looking for a breakthrough that range. So let's go for maybe 1 or 2 candles. Here we go. And then I'm breaking through. Am I higher than 45-degree angle? Yes. Am I breaking key support? Yes. So now I could be switching into a shorting here. Or then if you did not took fully profits here, you can keep writing those profits. So that is basically how I would be taking the paper trading, not to open up a new paper trading. In this, it's kind of like wherever it happens, so you can go as fast and as slow as you want to. So just make sure you just click barely enough for you to take that decision, and don't say, all right, now that I see the results, I'm going to be entering a long in here. That is not the way that it's supposed to do. So like, for example, right now, we're below dynamic reactor. We have a buy signal. We do not enter on buy signals. We enter on retraces. So we are waiting for that flip of the ribbon, maybe going a little bit higher. And then on that retrace, we could be considering a new entry. Just basically the same here. So here we go. Let's take a look at it for long. And that one was a hit. So sorry that happened. So that will be 1 minus 1 and then plus 1 in here. So that's how you keep going. Remember to set your stop losses so you can also be practicing your risk management. So any questions around paper trading on what else you might be needing? Nice. Guys, so I think it's time to wrap it up. So let's go over. Oh, here we go. Sorry for that. Here we go. So it seems like Piper just lost all of his internet. Today was a bumpy day. But don't worry. Let's see. Maybe he's backing. Though he lost his internet. So sorry for that. We're going to keep having him over and over. So don't worry if you miss anything. We're going to keep explaining. This Wednesday, we have TA Talk together. So tomorrow we're going to be going all over the place. So if you want to see something specific, please let us know. We can be tackling that and going in depth with TA Talk. So guys, thank you so much for being here. As always, thanks for watching. And guys, see you guys tomorrow.